Hello everybody, today we're doing a video for GTA Car Kits in a 2022 Mercedes GLC, and today we're going to show you how to install our full screen Apple CarPlay and Android Auto kit. As you can see, it's already installed into this car. It's paired to our iPhone wirelessly. The CarPlay is showing full screen on the original screen. This car has original CarPlay, but it's not full screen. So as you can see, this is the original CarPlay. It's way smaller and it's only can be done by the wire, and ours in comparison is way bigger, and you can still control everything with the original touchscreen or the touchpad in the bottom here. All the music is going to be going through the original MB Bluetooth. Phone calls all use original microphone. It's a very good upgrade, and you're still able to do all the original Mercedes functions. All the cameras will still work. And now we're going to show you how to install it into this car. So the tools you're going to need is a T20 Torx, and this is our panel removal tool. And of course, you're going to need our product. We're going to start right here with our panel removal tool. So we have to remove the silver trim, and how to do it is that you have to press down on the unlock so these two things go inside so they don't break. Then you're going to get underneath with the panel removal tool, and as you can see, we'll unlock on the clip, and then you go towards the other side and just lift it up until you can get it freed. So these are the two main clips here that we unclipped. Now we're going to use our T20 and remove these two bolts. Now we can grab this entire panel around this area and lift it up, and keep lifting it up, and then we're going to tilt it to the side to disconnect all the connections. So over here we're going to first disconnect these two at the bottom. So there's little clips that you have to press to disconnect, and there's this one right here, and then there's this one. You just push it and it comes off. So it's this one right here, and there are two more. Be careful when you're rotating everything. So there's this one and the black one. And now this panel is free and you can move it to the side. So this is our head unit, and this is where we're going to be making our connection at the back of it. So we need to remove it, and there are two bolts that hold it in place. There's one right here and one on the other side. So again, we're going to use our T20 and remove these two bolts. So we're going to grab the head unit and pull it out, and the connections that we're going to be disconnecting is this is the video, and we need this main harness connection, but in order to remove this one, you first need to remove the smaller one. So first we'll remove the video cable. You're going to press the clip behind it and disconnect it. So this is the clip. So in order to get to the main harness one, you first need to remove the smaller one, and there's this is a slider clip, so you have to first unlock it here in the middle. So you can push the slider down, and then that's how it comes out. So this is what locks it in place, the slider. So and then this same thing on this one. You can unlock the slider and disconnect this connection. So we're going to show you what comes inside our kit and everything we're going to install into this car. So this is our main module. This is a USB cable we're going to hide to the passenger side footwell. This is our main harness. This is a video cable, and this is our wireless antenna for wireless Android Auto and CarPlay. So this is the main harness of our kit. So now we're going to do all the connections at the back of the head unit. So we're going to take the female end of our harness, and this is where we're going to connect the harness that we removed from the back of the stereo. So make sure that it's unlocked, and then you lock it in place so it plugs in into ours. This is the male end of our harness. So again, make sure it's unlocked, and we're going to plug it in instead of the original one and lock it in place. Then we can put the smaller one back in. This is our video cable. So on one end you see these two connections. They looked exactly like the one from the back of the head unit, and then this one is going to go to our module. So we'll start with these two. So the original one we plug in onto our male, and ours will plug in instead of the original one. So now you end up with these two cables, which we're going to route behind and underneath the stereo. But before we do that, we're gonna also route our USB cable. So this is used for updates and for wired CarPlay or wired Android Auto. It can also be used for charging, but mostly it's for updates to our module. So we're gonna have it come out over here to the passenger side footwell, and behind the carpet there's plenty of space for us to feed this cable through. We're gonna attach it on the inside, and as you can see, what you left with here is this small end, so it's really not visible much. Now we're gonna route the cables underneath the stereo. So at this point you should end up with a USB cable. This is our main harness, and this is our video cable. So all three, one by one, we're gonna feed underneath here behind this big plastic piece. It's very easy to do. There's plenty of space in this car. As you can see, I'm gonna catch the wire underneath. Same with the USB wire. And the last one is our video wire. So at this point, you're going to carefully maneuver the head unit around. We're going to put it back in its original position. Make sure that when you're putting it in, that there's no wires in the way. As you can see, it should go inside and line up with the original holes, so you can mount it back. So now we're going to do all the connections to our module. We're going to start with the video cable, then the main harness, and there's a secondary harness which is right here. It's connect on the other side. We're going to connect our USB cable, and the last thing is this wireless antenna plugged into the blue side. Then the entire module we're going to put right here underneath this plastic piece with all the wire. Make sure you take your time, tuck it in on all nicely so the module doesn't move around. And the antenna you can leave somewhere here. You can either mount it to the plastic surface, but just never mount it to the actual module. Also, when you're putting in the module, it has 8 small dip switches at the back. Make sure that they don't get adjusted, because when you get the module from us, everything is preset for your particular car. So when you're putting it in, make sure you're careful of that and mindful of that. And at this point, we're gonna now mount the bolts that hold the stereo in place. So now we can connect our center console back. So we're gonna start with these connections at the top. Then these two are gonna go to the actual car over here. And your connections might differ, so make sure that you plug in everything, otherwise you might get some errors or some stuff not working. On this car we know that we only have these ones. And now you're able to put the center console back. When you're putting it back, make sure that the center console, the first edge of it, goes right here, because there are these 2 hooks you're gonna see on top, and they're the ones that have to go in first, and then you press everything down. And then you know that the center console is back in its spot, because you have the bolt holes line up here, and then there's no extra weird gaps around it right here. So now we're testing everything. So the first thing that you're going to test is that the original Mercedes system boots up properly and like before. So as you can see, it's all good. Now I'm going to press and hold the back button right here, and the unit will switch to the extra mode, which you didn't have before. And right now I'm going to test by the wire, but of course you can pair the system wirelessly through the settings. And as you can see, you have CarPlay on full screen. You can test the touch screen to make sure that it's working. You can check the touchpad here. Everything works. And also the phone that you're using with the kit and with the system should be paired to the original Mercedes system by Bluetooth. That way you're going to be able to get sound going. So once you tested everything, we're going to assemble everything back. And then this piece, you just have to put it in straight, and again press the button at the same time. And then once it lines up, we'll just click into place. So at this point the installation is complete. We paired our iPhone wirelessly to the system. As you can see, now we have CarPlay on your screen with a full screen, or you can also do Android Auto on full screen. Again, this was a video for GTA Car Kits, and we'll see you next time.